Welcome to one of California's most charming and underrated towns, Windsor. Today, we're gonna take you through a tour of the town. We're gonna start right in the heart of town, which is the town green. As you can see, it's a great community hub, and we're gonna walk through, show you some of our favorite shops and restaurants, and then we're gonna head out and go south, check out some great neighborhoods on the west side, show you some of the parts of the golf course, might even make a sneak peek of Russian River Brewery. We're gonna continue on, check out some of the regional parks in the area, some other great neighborhoods on the other side of town, shopping, and just give you a little taste of what it's like to live in one of the most underrated places in the state. I'm right here in the heart of town at one of Windsor's greatest attractions, the town green. Now, the town green is really one of the quintessential reasons that people want to move to Windsor in the first place. Now, as you can see, this community really comes together and goes all out for all occasions. Any excuse to celebrate a holiday or bring the community together, this is the place to be. In case you didn't notice, I'm standing right at the arbor here, and it is totally decorated for Christmas, as that is a big event here, which we actually just had the Christmas tree lighting last night that brings out thousands of local residents to enjoy food trucks, lights, and of course, the big Christmas tree lighting. Now, that's just one of many events they do here every year. All summer long, they do a summer movie series for kids every Tuesday night. Every Thursday night, they have summer music on the greens, and you'll see this entire field lined up with lawn chairs, live music, dancing, food vendors. It's a great time all summer long. And that's not it. They also do Sunday farmers markets, classic car shows, and really anything that brings the community together, you'll find right here in the town green. I just wanted to take this opportunity to show you a little tangible example of how the community comes together and supports each other. Now, local businesses and families come to decorate these trees individually, and it's just so fun for the kids to be able to come out at night, get a hot cocoa, and walk around and look for their favorite tree, look at different decoration ideas, and just get in the spirit of Christmas. And now, let's go find our office's tree, W Real Estate's. Aha, here it is. The best tree on the square, decorated by our very own W Real Estate Windsor office. There's no better way to start a walking tour than with our favorite coffee shop, Cafe Noto. How close Cafe Noto is to the heart of the square, so it's so convenient, and it just has such a homey, small town vibe inside. Everyone's always so friendly, so if you're ever around, skip the big chains, shop local, and try Cafe Noto. And while we're at it, let's continue on and check out some of our other favorite local businesses. Just opposite of the corner of Cafe Noto, we have Lupe's Mexican Diner. It's a great place to stop in. They serve great margaritas, great chips and salsa. Stop in, give it a try. And coming up is my niece and nephew's favorite spot on the green, Craven's Candy Emporium. Now, this is a great vintage candy store where every child's dream comes true, where you have wall-to-wall candy, toys, and even a gelato shop. So let's go take a look. Whew, it's hard to get out of there empty-handed, but we've got more to see. Now we're passing by Kin, a great American eatery, and just a favorite spot of a lot of locals, because it's got a little bit of everything for everyone. They've got pizza, great burgers, a great bar, and just a real easy atmosphere. And coming up, I'm very excited to show you what's next, because it's my personal favorite restaurant in town. It's the Himalayan restaurant. It's a Sherpa kitchen, and it brings me back to one of my favorite restaurants from college, which was a Sherpa kitchen in St. Helena, and you don't find them everywhere. So when I discovered this, it was like, it was meant to be here in Windsor. Now, it's a great family-owned restaurant. Bishnu will take great care of you if you ever come by, and it is just so many options. Now, I'm vegetarian, so that can sometimes limit my options here. But the beautiful thing about Himalayan food is there's great options for no matter what your diet is. Windsor has so much to offer, and we're just barely scratching the surface. So if you're curious about what life is like here in Sonoma County, or if you have any interest in buying or selling a home, take the time to subscribe now. Do not miss out on what we have to come. And continuing on, we're actually just below a condo we have for sale in the town green, which is just above these commercial spaces. It's a 3-bed, 2.5 bath, about 1,800 square foot condo for $689,000, and you'll have a chance to see it in just a few minutes. I just love the variety of shops we have down here. We have children's boutiques, a flower shop, wine tasting rooms, and coming up, we have our very favorite boutique.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Hi, welcome to Roach Co. We started our business 3 years ago, and we started with graphic tees, and now we have a storefront on the Windsor Town Green.
We're on our way to another local favorite, hole-in-the-wall type restaurant that is a must-try. We're passing by more shops. We have a couple jewelry stores. We have another jewelry store across the street. On the corner, you'll soon see a wine tasting lounge that if you are a true fan, you might have recognized from another video. And now we've made it to the corner of McClelland and Windsor Road. We're right at the hub of town. And don't worry, for all of you that might be thinking at this point that it's all wine tasting rooms and little lounges with some shops, we also have a great local sports bar, the Publican. If you're here for a Sunday game or want to have a beer, that's the place to go. Now, just off the beaten path here, we have Tommy Thai. It's a great local favorite restaurant with incredible Thai cuisine. There's not a lot of seating, so do plan in advance, but it's also a great spot for some takeout. And one of the great features here in Windsor is just the variety of housing. These are some very distinguishable townhouse-style condos right across from the community garden. They're 3-bed, 3-bath units, and we actually just sold this unit on the corner for just under $700,000 earlier this year. Here we are at the Windsor Town Green Community Garden. It was started in 2010. It's just a nice, welcoming space where local residents can rent some garden beds and some space to go grow organic fruits, vegetables, flowers, or whatever your green thumb might lead you to. And it's a good place to connect with the community as well. I know a number of people that have their social hour here as well as they tend to their gardens. Now, downtown isn't just a place to visit. It's a place you can live too. There's actually residential condos above all the commercial spaces here downtown. That's what all the windows you see are individually owned condos. They come with garages, they're mostly 3-bedroom units, almost 2,000 square feet, so they're a really great living option. In fact, let's go check one out. Now, each building you have to access through a private locked door, which gives nice security and privacy to the units. And look at that, luxury living right at the heart of downtown. It really doesn't get any better than this. For just $689,000, you could live right here too. Now, we've just about come full circle here on the town green, and I'm sure it's likely that you're falling in love with Windsor already. So why don't we continue the tour and go check out some of the great neighborhoods that you might want to move to. Here we are at Kaiser Park, and one of the things that really makes Windsor so unique is just the number of parks and activities they have for families, kids, and really anybody. Here at Kaiser Park, you'll see across the street, there's a nice playground for the kids, but even more so is what you can't see from this entrance, because beyond this gate, there is soccer fields, baseball fields, and this is even where they launch hot air balloons. So if you're ever in the area and want to take a wine country tour, you know, spring through early fall, and aren't afraid to get up early, this is where you would meet for takeoff with a hot air balloon as well. So there's just tons of events here. One of the biggest events that Kaiser Park is known for is the Kaboom Festival. And what that is that's where they launch all of the fireworks and have a big festival for 4th of July here in Windsor. So it's a great time, it's a good family atmosphere, and it's just a great place to hang out and spend some time on a beautiful day like this. And here we approach the roundabout right in the heart of downtown. We're coming in off Windsor River Road, and we're gonna turn onto Windsor Road and head up towards the high school and a couple of neighborhoods named Ventana and Vintage Greens, where we'll show you a couple of housing options there as well. And here we are making our way into Ventana. It's a really great neighborhood here in Windsor with homes ranging from 3-bed, 2-baths up to even a 5-bed floor plan. There's a lot of families in this neighborhood because the whole neighborhood centers around a big park where it's great for the kids to play, and you can see there's nice sidewalks to ride your bike and walk down to the park, and for kids to meet their neighborhood friends and just really enjoy all that Windsor has to offer. Here we're approaching the core of the neighborhood, and you'll see the park coming up straight ahead. And this is where, as I mentioned, all the kids can play, neighborhoods can gather. We're working our way around the park here. As I said, it's a central feature. There is nice play structures, big fields, picnic benches, and just a really nice scenery too to look out at if you're one of these houses that are fortunate enough to look right onto this open space. Here on the left is the larger of the neighborhood parks in Ventana. They have nice play structures and even basketball hoops here and a nice big field to play or entertain. And one thing you might be surprised about with Ventana is despite how uniformed and manicured it all is there's no HOA here. And here is a great opportunity to take a look at a house in this neighborhood for sale. This property is located by a fellow agent at W Real Estate, and the address is 337 Decanter Circle. It's a great single-level floor plan. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath, about 1,800 square feet, listed at $929,000. $929,000 is a good price point for Ventana. You'll find anything from the mid-700,000s for their smallest 3-bed, 2-bath floor plan, up to about $1 million on the interior here for the large 5-bedroom plans. Single stories do generally command a little bit of a premium. It just opens it up to a bigger buyer pool as people age and want to downsize. But that price range is generally going to be between $750,000 to $1 million here. And here we are heading down one of my favorite streets in Ventana, Pinot Noir. And one of the unique things about this street is if you see on our left, as we start to curve, it creates the street widening out so that the yards are bigger on some of these homes. While a lot of the lots are maybe 5,000 or 6,000 square feet in this neighborhood, you can get some nice 10,000 square foot lots here with room for a pool and big backyards. I actually had the opportunity to sell a client's home on Pinot Noir a couple of years ago. It was unique because it had one of the biggest yards in the neighborhood. An often overlooked housing feature in Ventana are the homes along the perimeter that were originally called the Ventana Estates. They're large single-story homes on bigger lots. These are about 3,000 to 3,300 square foot single-level homes, nice 3-car garages on some of them, and they can be 1/4 to 1/3 acre lots. So these are a really premium option for people that want to have a neighborhood house, but still have a little more elbow room. Price range on these is low millions, 1.2, 1.3, up to maybe 1.5 if you get a real big lot out here. Here we're heading into Vintage Greens, another similar neighborhood built in the early 2000s here in Windsor. Similar size homes as Ventana, just a different builder that happened to build these. And we're heading south towards the golf course as we go into this neighborhood. But it's another great housing option for people looking for that 3 or 4 bedroom house in town. On the left, here's a neighborhood park for Vintage Greens. They do actually have a couple of parks, and they're always a nice feature to have. And while Windsor's known for its neighborhoods like Ventana and Vintage Greens that are very suburban, there is a lot of country home options as well in Sonoma County and in Windsor. This is Woody Creek Lane, which is quintessential kind of farmhouse and more country living. The lots out here are between 1 acre and 5 acres, and the homes can be anywhere from, a modest 1,500 square foot small farmhouse up to, 4,000 square foot houses out here. Price ranges here will generally be at least $1.5 million because there is a premium for the land, up to about $2.5 million. And here we head into the neighborhood closest to the golf course. Here the style changes slightly. You're gonna see a lot more tile, concrete roofs, more stucco. The homes are similar size, but they went for a little bit more of a custom feel over here. And we're gonna be fortunate enough to be able to feature a home and show you through one. And here we're heading to 7606 12th Hole Drive. I'm excited to be able to show you a 4-bedroom plan in this neighborhood. It's listed by an agent in our office, Marissa, and I can't wait to show you what $849 buys you in this neighborhood. As you can see, the house we just toured is only just a block away from this amazing golf course. Windsor Golf Course is a great option for golf enthusiasts as it's one of our best public courses here in Sonoma County. It is a full 18-hole course with a nice clubhouse and a restaurant named Charlie's Bar and Grill. We've now arrived at Russian River Brewing Company in Windsor. It's beloved by all locals as a world-class craft beer destination, as well as having delicious food and a welcoming atmosphere. It was originally built in 2018 here in Windsor, while their Santa Rosa flagship store has been around much longer than that. But this is an impressive facility now that serves the world-famous Pliny the Elder and Pliny the Younger, which attracts beer enthusiasts from far and wide all over the world to come check it out. It's really neat that we have it right here in Windsor. This brewery has a restaurant serving tasty dishes. It also has a gift shop. It's got a huge outdoor patio area that's also dog friendly. And that just makes it a really nice spot for locals to come and relax or unwind. So whether you're here in town for the beer, the food, or a friendly vibe and atmosphere, Russian River Brewery Company is a must visit while you're here. Now, while not quite as famous as the Russian River Brewery, we're on our way to Wilson Ranch Soccer Park. It's a premier sports facility featuring multiple soccer fields and ample space for lots of recreational activities. Now, it's popular with local teams and families because of the nice facilities, the lights, and just it's a great spot for teams to come together and enjoy a weekend tournament, weeknight games, and just be a nice hub and vibrant community center. Now, as we head back into town, we'll be passing the Windsor High School right on the left. This new campus was built in 1995 and serves about 1,600 students. It's known for its innovative core-based academics, including STEM and culinary programs. It makes it really unique and a nice thing for Windsor to have. The school also excels in sports, with the Jaguar football team being a champion just 10 years ago, and has been named a California Distinguished School since 2005. So it's really great that we have that right here in our town. You might recognize this roundabout again on Windsor River Road as we head back towards the downtown. On the left, you'll see a personal favorite spot of mine in town, CrossFit Outpace. It's a local CrossFit gym here to Windsor, and I really enjoy it because it keeps me accountable with class-style workouts and a really good atmosphere. I've made a lot of great friends here, learned a lot about the community. We do events outside of the gym, and it's just a great place to end my day. Some people, if you're brave enough, start the day early there, as early as 5:30 a.m. But if you're ever in town and want to get a workout in, you'll see me in an evening class. So now let's head on over to Bell Village, where my office is on the other side of town. Welcome to Bell Village, a real community hub here in Windsor. It's a place for businesses thrive, including our very own Windsor real estate office. And it's such a great place for people to come dine and shop and connect with each other right in the heart of town. And now let's go check out everything this shopping center has to offer. So if you're in the mood for something sweet, you have to check out Two Dog Night Creamery right here on the corner. It is unique because it's liquid nitrogen ice cream, so it gives it an extra smooth and creamy texture. And they also have an abundance of flavors and unique offerings, and it's all sourced locally. So next time you have a sweet craving, stop on by. Right across the parking lot in the same shopping center is Barrel Brothers Kitchen and Cocktails. Now they serve both beer, cocktails, and delicious food. So no matter what you're in the mood for, it's a great place to go. They host a variety of events, including trivia night weekly, and it's just a great spot for locals and our visitors to come together and hang out. We're also incredibly fortunate to have right next door to our office an incredible local pizza spot named Pizzeria. It's a great spot to grab a bite to eat for lunch or dinner, and their pizza is unbelievable. At the heart of Bell Village is the Oliver's Market. It's a local grocery chain that has been serving Windsor since 2016, and it's a personal favorite of mine. My wife and I do almost all of our shopping here at Oliver's because it has such great produce, supports local brands, and has a wide variety of everything we might be looking for. It's also one of my favorite lunch spots since it's just down the street from the office, and they have a great grab-and-go section, hot deli, taqueria, soups, anything you might be craving for the day. So if you're in town, even if you aren't moving here, it's worth checking out. As you've had a chance to see now, Bell Village isn't just a shopping center for Windsor. It's really a place where community can come together. And with all the local businesses and a laid-back vibe, it's easy to see why Windsor residents consider themselves lucky to live so close to this great amenity. All right, now let's head to the east side of town, visit some of my favorite neighborhoods and some of the great parks we have in town, including Foothill Regional Park, and as a special treat, one of my very favorite neighborhoods, Lakewood Hills. Let's go take a look. And now we're gonna make our way under the 101 as we head to the east side of town. We're gonna work our way to Foothill Park, and we're gonna check out some great neighborhoods along the way. And after that, we're gonna check out one of the shopping centers at the core of town, which is the big Safeway shopping center, along with some fabulous restaurants and one of my very favorite neighborhoods, Lakewood Hills. And here, as we just head past the fire station, on our right, we have quite a few suburban areas, fondly referred to as the tree streets for their names, such as Shagbark and Smoke Tree and Leaf Haven. A great single-family neighborhood, and that's really one of the things that defines this east side. Is almost all the housing is single-family. Price range from about $700 up to around $1 million. And as we get closer to Foothill Park, things change a little bit, and we'll check out some of those neighborhoods as we get closer. Here we're going to check out a section of town that we refer to as Vinecrest Road. There's a couple different neighborhoods off of this street, and the homes here get a little bit larger and a little bit more expensive. The lots can also tend to be a little larger rather than your 6-ish thousand square foot lot. You can find things more like a quarter to a third of an acre in here, and the price range goes up accordingly. In here, we're probably around $1 million up to $1.5 million or so in a neighborhood called Vintage Hills, which is a really beautiful spot. Nice flat streets and really well-maintained homes. And here we head into Vintage Hills. It's a small little pocket of town, but as I said, you'll see the nice tree-lined streets with a little bit larger homes, and all of these homes are on a quarter to a half-acre lot. And now we're gonna head further up Vinecrest into Vinecrest Estates, a similar neighborhood to what we just went through, again with homes in the $1 million to $1.5 million price range. These are a little bit more custom, but you'll see that they still have a similar feel, and it's a dead-end street back here, which is nice to have no through traffic, and just a really quality neighborhood. And one of the most exciting new developments coming to Windsor is right here at the edge of Vintage Hills, one of the neighborhoods we just went through. And what's so unique about this subdivision coming in is rather than everything going vertical in construction and development these days, these are going to be 31 home sites that are all a minimum of a quarter acre up to 1 acre lots with all nice single-story homes. It's going to be a really high-quality new development, and I think it's going to be highly sought after when it does come out and is built. We don't know exactly when homes will be available yet, but if you do have any questions on it, please feel free to reach out, as we are in line here to get in first with our clients, because this is going to sell out quickly when it is available in 2026, hopefully.
Continuing on past Vintage Hills, we go into Vinecrest Estates. It's a similar profile of home and neighborhood as Vintage Hills we just went through, but with a little bit of a changing topography. These homes are all custom homes. They're on similar quarter to maybe half-acre lots, slightly larger in square footage. They can range from 2,500 up to 3,500 square feet, with a few exceptions that are even larger. And it's just a really quality neighborhood where you can see a lot of pride of ownership as you go through here, and just a really great place if you can find a home available.
And just as we are about to approach Foothill Regional Park here, we're going to show you one last neighborhood, which is the Foothill neighborhood. And this is a really unique neighborhood as it is part of an HOA, but just wait until you see what that HOA has to offer. And it's such a reasonable fee. You'll see why this is such a desirable place to live as well. The homes range from 1,300 square feet up to about 2,500 square feet. And you'll generally find the price range in the mid sevens up to around $1 million, again, consistent with the rest of the east side of town. And just up here on your left is the beginning of what the HOA has to offer in way of amenities. There's tennis courts, a basketball hoop, a pool, and so much more to explore and enjoy. So let's go take a look. Wow, here we are at Foothill Oaks HOA Community Center. They have so much to do here. Behind you, you'll see the pool, playgrounds, tennis courts, basketball hoop, picnic tables, and it just goes on and on. I mean, look at all this space. And maybe the best part of all is they have direct access into Foothill Park as well. And can you believe it? The best part of all is you get all of this for just $78 a month. In today's world, that's an unheard ofly low HOA. It's unbelievable that they can provide all this for that cost. And now we've made it to one of Windsor's main attractions, Foothill Regional Park. It's a beautiful park. It encompasses 211 acres of oak woodlands with nice rolling hills. There's 3 lakes to explore, tons of trails. It's called Foothill Park because it's nestled in the foothills of the Mayakama mountain range. It's one of the most scenic spots in all of Sonoma County to explore. As you're seeing, this is a perfect spot for your morning hike or your leisurely afternoon walk. You can take horses and dogs up here, which is really nice that it's so animal friendly here. As you'll see here, this is just one of the many trails here. There's 7 miles of total trails, so you can get quite the hike in here if you'd like to explore the entire park. There's lots of picnic tables and benches throughout the park, so it's a nice spot to take an afternoon lunch break as well. And as you approach some of these higher bluffs, you can pick up some magnificent views back into town and west towards the mountains as well. It's just truly picturesque up here. As you'll see, there is some fire scar up here still. The park was impacted by the 2019 Kincaid fire, but it has since gone under some pretty significant renovations and clearings, which has really made it safer for the whole community now. The park's open from 7 a.m. until sundown every day, so it's really easy to access on your schedule. And once you move to Windsor, this park is certainly not to be missed, so I look forward to seeing you out on the trails soon. And just a quarter mile from Foothill Park, we have Windsor's premier gated community, Oak Hill Estates. Now the homes in here are all completely custom homes, and they range from 3,000 to 6,000 square feet, with one home actually being as large as 10,000 square feet in here. What's incredibly unique about this neighborhood is that it's such a small community of less than 50 homes, but still such a nicely maintained area with tree-lined streets, nice estate homes, manicured lawns, and really just takes you back to, a world afar. The price range in here is about 2 to 4 million generally, although if you do want to move in here, you may have to be patient as we don't see homes come up often. And equally close to Foothill Park is Healdsburg Estates. This is another one that you certainly do not want to miss. Another quintessential East Side Windsor neighborhood. It's characteristic of its 3-car garages and larger family-style homes. You have a mix of single-story and 2-story homes ranging from 2,000 to 3,000 square feet. Price range in here, it can, be around 900,000 up to 1.3 million or so, depending on the size of the home and the finishes. This neighborhood is a little bit older than some of the others, but the homes have been really well maintained and really well updated in a lot of cases. And now we're gonna head down Brooks Road right through the heart of town and head towards one of the large shopping centers in Windsor. This is where you'll see lots of restaurants, hair salons, nail salons, grocery stores, and including Windsor Elementary School. Here we're passing Windsor Middle School right in the heart of town. Another great park here on your left with large fields and basketball courts and bocce courts is Lakewood Meadows Park. And here we're heading into the Safeway Shopping Center, and on your left is a acclaimed restaurant by all locals, Sweet Tea Restaurant and Bar. It's great Southern food. It actually relocated here post 2017 Tubbs fire, and it's a real treat for Windsor to have. This shopping center has not only Safeway, but also a CVS, hair salon, dry cleaners, See's Candy, and just everything you might need in town. Lakewood Hills is a premier community here in Windsor. It is a gated community with an HOA, and it is incredibly well maintained with these beautiful tree-lined streets and several different types of housing options. Now, there are single-family homes, there are blue duet homes, and there are also multi-level brown townhouse-style homes. We affectionately call them the browns, the blues, or the single-family homes. Now, we'll take you around. Lakewood is essentially a loop with cul-de-sacs off to the side, and there are so many things to love about this neighborhood, including just the aesthetic as you drive through here. On your left, you have browns, which are multi-level townhouse-style homes, price ranging between $750,000 up to about $900,000. They are right next to the community tennis courts as well. Those are private for the homeowners. On your right side, you had the blue units that are duets. They are single-level homes, about 1,400 to 1,600 square feet, 2-bedroom or 3-bath units, and they range between $800,000 and $1 million, depending on if they have lake frontage or not. Now, of course, Lakewood Hills got its name for being centered around 2 beautiful lakes. Now, these lakes are accessible by homeowners only, but you can take a non-motorized watercraft or go fishing on them as well. As you see, the homes are very picturesque and offer a ton of charm and character, all slightly different even though we are in a tract development that was originally built in the 80s. They're incredibly well maintained and updated. These single-level homes and 2-story homes between 1,800 square feet and 2,200 square feet range in price from about $1 million up to about 1.5, 1.6 million for a nice lakefront home. And now just here on the right, let's take a look at just how beautiful these lakes are. This is an example of one of the offshoot cul-de-sacs here in Lakewood Hills. They are nice roundabouts. They're all dead ends, but they have beautiful homes just like around the perimeter that you saw. And they can be 2-story or 1-story, 1,800 square feet to 2,200 square feet. And now that they are coming from the 80s, you have an opportunity to either buy something turnkey oftentimes, or like my clients who had purchased a home just up here on the right, had the opportunity to fully renovate a very original home in here and truly make it their own. A unique characteristic of these homes is that they have such large lots as well. Now, the average lot size in Lakewood Hills is about 1/3 of an acre, so it leaves plenty of room for pool and outdoor entertaining elements.
So let's now head over to one last neighborhood here on the east side, which is just a couple minutes away.
Now, if you are looking for that 55+ neighborhood, while it might not be Lakewood, we do have just the fit for you. Right across from all the shopping in town, we have Brooks Creek, a 55+ neighborhood with a couple of different floor plan offerings, all single-level homes, of course, and they range from about 900 square feet to about 1,200 square feet, so a nice, real manageable size, and helps keep the price point more affordable as well. They all have attached garages, which is a really nice feature, and they range either 1-bedroom or 2 bedrooms depending on the size. Prices in here can be as low as in the 400,000s for the 1-bedroom floor plans, or up to high 6s for a nice detached 2-bedroom plan, but still quite affordable for Windsor, and a beautiful location right on the creek, and actually right across the creek from the town's community senior center. Welcome back to where it all began, the Windsor Town Green. I hope you've enjoyed the video so far, and chances are, if you've made it all the way through this video, there's a good chance you're considering moving to Sonoma County, or maybe even more in particular, Windsor. So if that's of interest, we'd encourage you to check out some of the other videos we've done on Windsor and go into detail on other specific neighborhoods and other reasons that make it the most underrated town in Sonoma County. Now, Windsor is a core focus of ours, and we are fortunate enough to be one of the top teams in Sonoma County. Last year, we were fortunate enough to help over 70 families doing over $80 million in transactions. So we're well versed in all the local markets and are here to help you in anything you may need real estate related. Now, we put out a lot of content, so make sure to hit subscribe and follow along so you don't miss any other tours or information about Sonoma County. And if you'd like to contact us directly, please do. You can reach out at contact@brewingtonhargreaves.com or at 707-238-2112. We look forward to hearing from you and look forward to your thoughts.